She is one of the top mystery writers in the world, and her latest novel is a cold case thriller that is full of psychological suspense. We're joined now by New York Times bestselling author Karin Slaughter. Karin, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, first of all, the women on Better Kansas City describe your books as twisted, gruesome, and impossible to put down. So where do you get these plot lines?
Well, first, thanks to those ladies. I love those descriptions. I wish I knew where the plots came from. It's so organic to me. I may be in the shower, I'm on an airplane, or going to the grocery store or something, and suddenly a plot is in my head. But it's the next step that's the most important, because I think, what happens next? How is this crime or this bad thing I've just thought of, how is that going to affect the community, the victims, the investigators, everybody who's touched by just the knowledge of a crime? Because that's really the focus of my work, is what happens after the crime. How do people recover, and sometimes how they don't.
Gotta say, you've got one of the best last names ever for someone who writes crime stories and gruesome things. Slaughter. Coincidence?
Yeah, it worked out. It's good I'm not writing romance.
No, no, that would be a bad ending to a romance. Karin, this is your first standalone book in quite a while. Why did you decide to go standalone?
You know, I love writing my Will Trent books, but sometimes a story comes to me and I think I need the stakes to be higher. I need for the reader to not know everybody is safe, because obviously Will Trent's going to be safe at the end of the day. He may have some bruises, but he's all right. And also I wanted to talk about crime from the other side. For years I've been talking about investigators and medical examiners and detectives and cops on the street, and I wanted to look at what the other side is like. You know, how do the victims and the family members respond to this? And honestly, you know, the biggest challenge was, how did defense lawyers look at crime? Because that was something that was really anathema to me. I think everybody can understand what a prosecutor does. You know, they're putting away bad guys.
Right.
But for a lot of us, we don't understand defense lawyers and the job they do. And I found out the old adage is true. Everybody hates lawyers until they need one. Right. So I'm really happy we do have these defense lawyers out there protecting people.
Did you interview and spend time with defense lawyers and people who defend other people who are accused of horrific crimes to get that side of the story?
I did, you know, and it ran the gamut. And the best story I had was from this woman who said, look, you know, mostly my defendants are guilty, and my job is to level the playing field, because a lot of times, you know, the prosecutor is really incentivized to throw the book at people because it's an elected position. So his job or her job depends on them looking very tough to the voters. And so sometimes the defense lawyer has to say, you know, maybe you shouldn't charge this kid with this crime, or maybe we should talk about intervention or a program or some way to save this kid's life. Because the fact is, if you're not a criminal when you go into prison, you certainly will be when you come out. And so it's more of a negotiation. And I think we all understand that. You know, you don't want a kid who's made a stupid mistake and has a bag of pot in his car to go to prison for 4 years, and a defense lawyer makes sure that doesn't happen, hopefully.
Karin Slaughter, thank you so much. Your newest book, The Good Daughter, is sure to be a great read.
Thank you.